What's up, guys? What's up, people? So we're back this evening.
Yes, we're back this evening with another video for y'all. We want to come kind of take y'all down another memory lane with us. About your girl.
About your girl.
So, I'm going to go ahead and start it off. So, this one is about setting her up. Trying to, I guess.
How'd that work out for you?
It didn't work out, but let us get into it, cause yeah. So what happened was, one day just got here, fresh shut down, right? And Bay had left the house for work. I think I was here for about a few days. Bay had just left the house for work, and it was like clockwork. My phone rung, and this girl called my phone. So she like, hey, hi, is this such and such? And I'm like, who are you? So she goes to say her name and introduce herself and telling me about her or whatever. So I'm like, okay. At first, I was like, how did you get my number? Come to find out, she got my number from her phone over here. So when that happened, we talking or whatever. So the girl like, oh, you got good vibes, you know, can we keep this communication going, whatever. So I'm like, what the hell is this supposed to be? But she was just like talking because the fact that they was still texting and they was still talking. So I was like, okay.
She was texting me.
She was texting you?
She was texting me.
She was still texting back.
Because she was very persistent, and I was very persistent on letting her know, hey, I got a girl. I don't want you.
Okay, so back to my story. So she like, we just talking or whatever, and hey, listen, it doesn't even have to be like that or whatever. I'm still talking to her. If you want, we can, she was the one who pretty much bringing up setting her up. So I kind of was down for it. I was down for it.
She was down for it. She was down for it. But cut your story short.
I was supposed to tell the story.
Let me tell you why the girl.
Oh, I'm taking too long.
Let me tell you why the girl wanted to set me up. Because a couple months prior, she was harassing me, and so she had gone to my job, and I wasn't there, so she got mad. Now, mind you, I didn't even know she was in her own situationship. So, when her situationship found out, I gave her situation the tea. I'm like, yo, I don't even know nothing about you, period. But
so you spilled the beans on her, so this was her getting back at you?
Of course.
So now, this is why she called me, giving me all the tea on her. So, I'm not falling into it, but when she was like, well, let's set her up, would you like to set her up? Let's see, I can probably try to see if I can get her to come out on lunch with me or whatever. So I'm like, bet, let me see if that shit can happen, because if that shit happen, it's going down. Like, really, if this girl can really get you to come out to lunch with her or whatever she, plan, and then you turn around and you know what I'm saying, you in my face. So I played it cool. It was about a week. Me and homegirl texting, whatever. The whole time they texting too. But in between this week that's going on, I did meet up with the girl.
Yeah.
I met up with the girl.
She met up with the enemy.
I met up with the girl so I can see who she is or whatever. And I was like, this bitch on some other shit. She on some scheming, conniving shit. Like, that's was the type of shit she was on. And I was like, I ain't feeling her. So got back, I'm thinking to myself and I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, bro, like, this shit cannot go down like this. Like, you can't let it go down, because I'm playing in my head, if this shit really go down, whatever restaurant they at, I'm tearing that shit up, and I'm fucking, like, we all about to go to jail. We just going to jail. So I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, if we walk in this restaurant, Bay sitting there at the table, and this bitch in front of me on the side of me, the first thing I'm doing is knocking her shit loose. And then I'm going for Bay, I'm picking up a check, I'm doing everything. I'm finna wreck this shit.
But you know what's so crazy? Let me tell you, the girl was stupid. She was stupid because first of all, Babe didn't realize her behavior really did start changing. So in my
Her
mind,
behavior.
your little
My behavior?
Yes. Her behavior started changing.
Ah.
So I'm already like peeping game because I'm like, why is this girl like constantly texting me? Like I'm constantly telling you I got a girl. I'm telling you, no, I'm not gonna meet you.
She
no,
was
you
persistent.
cannot
I was
call
like,
me.
work that.
No.
If you can work it, girl,
No.
get it. I want to see this shit happen. So she kept texting you.
She texting me, babe, having a whole attitude. So I'm like, yo, something up. I can't put my finger on what it is, but whatever
I'm playing
it
it
is,
cool. I ain't saying nothing.
she ain't say nothing. But you know how you know when your girl change her little attitude. She got this little snobby little attitude, and she kind of short with you for no reason. You ain't doing nothing but being nice and being cool with her. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So the girl just texting me, she blowing me up. I'm like, hey, look at this. I'm like, ain't this some high school stuff? You can leave work early and still be home by the time you normally get home. She ain't got enough. Girl, you got life.
Oh, bitch, she
up.
tried it.
I
She
was like,
tried it.
No. Why you being like this? You know you want this. No.
Girl, she tried. So I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my God, if Babe fall for that shit, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, Lord. I'm trying to adult here. I'm trying to be an adult here. I'm trying to change, Lord. I'm trying to go in a different direction, Lord. I don't want to keep committing domestic violence, Lord. I just don't. But I couldn't. I was like, nah, I can't do it. So I end up telling the girl, nah. Matter of fact, I didn't tell her nothing. I just confronted Babe with it. And I was like, listen, one night I was so mad and I was so irritated because I remember being in the kitchen and the girl had text and Babe took her phone and she texting the girl back. I was like, bro, I'm about to throw this pan. Like, this shit is insane right
But
now.
I'm like, stop texting me. She's like, you at home? Of course I'm at home.
Every time the girl
Like,
would
what the
text her,
fuck?
she'll turn around and text me too. So this girl had like her little three-way shit going,
She
playing
thought she was
with
gonna
both
have a
of them.
threesome.
Yeah,
That's what she
and
thought.
I'm like, no,
Girl,
like, girl, what
no.
is you doing? Like, I ain't even on that shit. Like, she was doing too much for me, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they got me in this drama with this girl. I don't even know. Like, I wanted the tea, but I ain't want the tea like that.
No,
like,
you want the tea. Because if you
she
ain't want the
was doing
tea,
too much.
if you ain't want the tea, you would never went to lunch with her.
Man, I didn't go to no lunch with her. Who told you I went to lunch with her?
You
I
just said you met up
I
with
met
her.
up with her. I never said I went
Okay,
to lunch with
met
her.
up with her, lunch.
Ain't nobody was eating nothing.
Don't get no attitude.
I'm just saying, ain't nobody was eating nothing.
Anyways.
Period. So that night after that happened, I was like, listen, I had a whole Carly B session on her, like, my nigga, we ain't doing this shit. Who the fuck is this girl? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I just snapped when she's sitting there, she's like, what I'm talking about, whatever. No, this girl, she called me, you was supposed to this, then that. And so she was all shocked and shit and was just like,
You know how you be shocked because you be like, I knew it, but I ain't know what it was. I knew it. And I was like, man, you followed your gut, girl. You did good.
you did
Because,
great.
Let me tell you.
You did fantastic.
Let me tell you, had it been years ago in my 20s and 30s,
Uh-huh.
I might have taken that bait. But
And,
I'm like,
and domestic violence would have been what it was. Okay, go ahead, keep going.
but I'm like, this chick is so freaking persistent. Like, I'm like, you got a whole girl. Like, talk to your girl. She like, you know, she goes outside, out of town to see her ex and blah, 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 and all this. And she does that. I'm like, okay, that's y'all business. That's the kind of party y'all throwing, but I ain't
So
throwing that
in the
over
midst
there.
of all of this going on or whatever, I'm like, yo, me and her arguing or whatever, and I'm like, yo, call this girl now. I'm always telling somebody to call somebody.
Oh, she always wants somebody to call. I said, I ain't calling her. Y'all been talking, so you
So I
call her.
called her. So I ended up calling her and I got her on the phone. We talking, whatever. And she like, yeah, we used to do this, we used to do that, whatever. And Babe like, listen, all that shit over. You can stop calling her. You can stop calling me. Babe just was going off or whatever. We all going off and we like trying to nip this shit in the bud right now because homegirl was doing too much.
She was doing too much. She was telling Babe all the tea.
She
But
literally
basically-
low key wanted to. She was trying to literally take me away from Babe. Like she was
wasn't happy.
really trying to get me like you know, I like your vibe. I want to talk to you. And I'm like, girl, no, like, it's just the way she was doing. Like, it was just like it was like something where that feeling you was having at work, like, yo, something up with this. That's the feeling I was having, like, something's up with this. Like, something's up with her. Like, she had something behind.
Another agenda.
Yeah, behind what she was really trying to do. So she was really trying to play me and play you at the same time.
Baby, she got played. She got played because she didn't know she had the real OG girl. I was doing this stuff when you was still crawling.
Oh, gosh.
Around. So, no, ma'am. I wasn't going.
I couldn't take that. It was just a lot. Good thing we got past it, because what happened after that when we just let that go?
Yeah, I was like, I just told babe, I said all she doing is trying to get back at me because her partner kept calling me wanting the tea, and I wasn't gonna give her the tea, but she just kept being persistent and calling, and then like even when I blocked her partner was calling me unavailable. I'm like, what? She was like, I want all the information. So I'm like, okay. Boom, here it is. You want to know? Here's every little detail. And she was like, whoa, wait a minute.
So she was basically getting you back.
That's pretty much what she was trying to do, get me back, because she was like...
Okay, so I forgot to say how she got my number. She got my number one day. They was chilling, and this sneaky bitch, she goes, I guess Bae was texting me or something on the phone because she knew Bae had a girl together. So Bae was texting me on the phone, and she telling me this for herself now. She's like, she was on the phone texting you, and I was next to her, and I took a picture of her phone, and I zoomed in, and that's how I got your number, bitch.
Cause
what?
And the reason why we met up, this was supposed to be our last meetup. We met up because I was telling her, look, my girl coming. It's got to end. Like, it's got to end. And she's like, but I had a girl and you still was messing with me. Girl, I didn't know. When I found out you had a girl, I tried to cut all ties with you. I got her, but you kept wanting to come back. What the fuck?
Girl.
That was a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I had to go through. I went through it.
I went through it too.
You went through it because you was trying to get away from her, but
man,
she wasn't trying to let go. That's the one, child, she wasn't trying to let go. But anywho, that's the one that called that time when we was in the car talking about where you at, and I'm, bitch, who the fuck is this? So that was her. And then the second incident was when she called me, but she called me because she got my. I was like, this bitch did some FBI shit for real, like how you she. Took a picture of your phone just to zoom in to get my number.
That was crazy.
But that happened.
She was already plotting in. Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna get you because you told my girl the tea.
Really
so
was.
I'm gonna tell your girl the tea.
She really was. I'm glad I ain't fall for it because I was like, yeah, let's set her up. Let's see how far this can go, because if it would have went far, only God knows what would have happened. I just know for sure we would have been in jail. We all three of us would have been in jail.
Cause I would have wiped that girl clean. Like, I would have wiped her up. I would have whipped her. Like, man, I would have whipped her so bad. Like, Ajax couldn't get it out for her.
We're releasing it now.
Okay.
oh, Musa. You got it out?
Ajax, man, she was gonna have an ass whooping. Ajax couldn't take off for her.
We're releasing this pain that we had, this frustration, that drama we had, and all that. We're releasing it. It's gone.
It's gone.
You good?
I feel better now. I do.
All right, so that ended up happening. We got past that, and that was just like, I be forgetting shit. I think Bae remembered that when that went down, and I forgot that. It was the "I love me" part that got me with the other homegirl, but that shit was like a whatever to me.
This was not a whatever, because she trying to give Bae all the details of everything.
She was telling me everything, but Bae was like, nah, I ain't having it. She doing that shit on purpose or whatever. So, I mean, that happened, and we got past that. I don't even think after we said what we need to say that.
Yeah, after that night, it was a wrap, because she was blocked and everything, and it was a wrap.
Yeah, so That was a wrap. We end up moving. When we moved, that's when we end up. The kids was here by then, and we moved to the place where we was. And PT, that's when her daddy came to do a walkthrough. Let's get into that one.
Man. So, my daughter was supposed to be coming over. It was a Saturday. She was supposed to come over and chill with us. So they was like, oh, we don't have your address. So give us her address and we'll bring her over and we'll pick her up. Okay, cool, whatever. Because, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm going to extend the olive branch.
We already knew that chill wasn't going to happen, but whatever. Go ahead.
You know, they gets over. My dad calls. He's like, I'm outside. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to meet him outside. No, I go to the front door. Go to the front door, and he comes in, and he does a whole fucking walkthrough.
So, I believe the kids was in the living room. I was in the room. She did tell me that he was coming through or whatever, and I was like, bruh, I just can't take this shit. I can't see this bullshit going on. I can't see it. How is your dad coming to do a whole inspection in our house? Like, what the fuck?
He wasn't supposed to be coming to do an inspection. He was supposed to be bringing a daughter. So when I go to the front door,
what he coming to do an inspection for? Like, who, like literally does a whole walkthrough in our house, like literally living room, garage, and out. Like what? I think if he, girl, take over.
So you know, I'm like, okay, you know, I go to the front door because I'm thinking, okay, my daughter coming in with it, but then he just comes in, and I'm like, he's like, oh, she in the car. She'll be in a minute. And so then he just starts walking and he's looking around. And then he goes towards the laundry room, which leads into the garage. I'm like, yeah, that's the laundry room, and then this is the garage. And he was like, oh, okay. So then we're walking back out.
My thing is, she was actually showing him this shit. Like, bro, we're not doing a housewarming. This is not a housewarming event. We're not like, inviting people to our house to look at our house.
When he was going towards the kitchen, I'm like, why is he still walking? Like,
you were supposed to bring the little girl here. The little girl is nowhere to be found. Actually, she was outside sitting in the car with the mother.
So we get back out there. I'm like, all right, come on, Jamie. Oh, she's not staying. Well, what the fuck? What's the point? And you even coming over here?
Right.
Oh, we just wanted to know where you lived.
You see who they sent inside, but who she sent inside, because she wasn't gonna come. She just felt some type of way about whatever it is. But the fact that even happened after that little walkthrough happened, we end up getting drive-through-bys. They driving by our houses or whatever. Till today, they still drive by our houses. We end up having, mind you, I left Miami to come up here. I only had one other address before coming up here. These people done put in a change of address. They changed our address to everybody that lives in the house with her to their address. I have no affiliation with your address. Why is my mail going to your place?
Then they will call and be like, oh, your mail came over here, but we sent it back.
Why is it even over there? They're trying to make it seem like, and then we go to the post office and they're like, yeah, a change of address
was put in.
Was put in. What? You go to the extent to do that shit? I was like, oh my God, people really show me who they are. Like, people do some conniving shit just to do it because they ain't got nothing else to do. You went and you did a whole change of address, and that shit happened twice. Our address, our mail going over to their house.
And we're like, wait a minute. We know we get, like, our regular bills that's supposed to come in, so we like, where's our mail? Go to the post office. Oh, there was a change of address. So, we just end up getting a P.O. box. Because guess what? You can't change shit from a P.O. box because you don't know what address it's coming from.
I was just like, these people are amazing. It's never a shocking moment. Like, all of this shit is like, well, then it's always a shock then, because I can't believe certain shit that be happening, bro. They still do drive-bys to this day. Just to drive by. One time they drive by, oh yeah, y'all having a party. Bro, we stay in a whole fucking... There's a lot of people that stay around here. Oh no, it's a white car that was parked in front of y'all house. And what? So what?
We can't have visitors.
We can't have visitors. It was literally my homegirl car. Like, you had to literally pass by. This is my homegirl that was visiting for that day. And you all of a sudden see the white car sitting in front of our house and all that. You don't stay around the corner. There is not, I was just in the area type shit. No.
And we was in a gated community.
Yes, gated.
I mean, you had to wait for somebody to open the gate so you can come in.
Like, what is wrong with these people? Never a dull moment with them over there. Like, that is their whole characters in their self. And I be like, I couldn't deal with that shit. Like, my information, all my mail, you can't just tell me my shit just magically appeared over there, because when you do an address change, you put the, you went
put the address
and the person's name. Like, you don't know it. Like, literally my stuff, my kid's stuff, her stuff, all that going over there. And all of a sudden, oh, your mail kind of, what? I was like, bro, you need to get your people. Like, this shit is ridiculous. It's just too much for me. This was all in the beginning of our relationship. Y'all don't understand what we went through, okay?
It was like a moment in time.
I went through a lot of, and this is how I got anxiety, where Google diagnosed me. Google diagnosed me with anxiety petite, because it was just too much going on. I think I got some more diagnoses I need to talk to Google about, because Google diagnosed me with anxiety, babe. You don't believe it? We go Google. I'm so serious.
I got some anxiety pills. You need some?
No.
I was just making sure.
Listen, Google told me what it is, and when Google says it's ready for me to take some pills, I'll take some pills, because Google is the one that diagnosed me, not you. Anywho, that's where I'm at right now, y'all. Your girl
letting Google just diagnose her.
we go through some things, but I try not to let it bother me. Long as it's definitely not dealing with me and my kids. When it comes to that right there, then we got a whole issue. Bae definitely is my priority as well, but her family issues, I can't help that. I just feel like I can't help that. And it's so much behind the scenes that she go through. She don't tell me about the stuff, whatever, but she tells me more now, because we can literally talk it out, and we've learned to communicate and kind of let each other vent. Before, like I said before, I didn't want to hear none of that shit. I didn't want to hear none of it, but now it's pure, I don't know what word to call it, but I'm just glad we're able to talk about it, to communicate that, and we're literally adulting now.
Yes.
You know, we learned.
Before we was what you call those, toddling.
Yeah,
we was toddlers.
We was everywhere playing, trying to figure out what we wanted to do and where we wanted to sit and how we wanted to sit. But we found our place.
Yes. Thank you.
And now we're just, we're talking about our old past issues where
we're getting it out, because we're trying to go to another level.
Right.
And as long as we got this hurt that's still there,
right,
we can't really move to that next level to release it. So we're releasing all this hurt, so we can move to this next level. Because baby, when we get to that next level, this
right here gonna be like, damn, that's what they went through. We went through that. We're not perfect by a long shot. Like, we go through some shit, and after we go through it, I'm just happy to put it, get it out, kind of find a resolution to compromise and kind of figure the shit out. We come to a conclusion to figure it out so we can move forward. Right. That's the goal, just moving forward, figuring out, putting what we need to put together and move forward. All that other petty stuff her family got going on, and they just petty, and I just can't deal. So you see where I'm at. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm comfortable. Hey,
yes,
we in our own little space, and we good.
We're not going.
So that will continue to happen. But anywho, y'all already know, when we think of something else, we got y'all.
So turn on those notifications, like, comment, subscribe, because I promise you, it'll never, never, never be a
dull moment. Bye, guys.